But these arrangements were generally informal and were apt to be temporary. Also, the Christian religion was early presented to him. One of the chief justifications of slavery was the fact that it gave the Negro an opportunity to receive the means of salvation. Missionaries of the Anglican and other churches labored with them, and occasionally an embryo religious organization would be attempted, such as that which Cotton Mather aided in Boston in 1693. Towards the end of the period, the Baptist and Methodist churches came into prominence, and as the former was of the congregational form of organization without central governing body, and the latter a new and democratic body without social traditions, and as they both emphasized the evangelical tendency, they were the first to have Negro congregations. Negro Baptist churches were established at Silver Bluff in South Carolina and at Petersburg and Williamsburg in Virginia during the 1770s, and in 1788, the first Bryan Baptist Church of Savannah was organized. Methodist activity began in Philadelphia in 1787 when Richard Allen and Absalom Jones led the Negro membership of St. George's Methodist Episcopal Church in forming the Free African Society. However, this society soon became Episcopalian with Jones as the first Negro rector, and Allen organized another Methodist group known as Bethel Church. Toward the end of this period, further advance along the lines of organization was made when Prince Hall obtained a charter from England and organized the first Negro Lodge of Masons in 1787. Cultural progress to a very limited degree marked this era. Religion and education went hand in hand. The Negroes must know English if they were going to benefit by preaching and understand the Bible. Missionaries often combined instruction in the rudiments with the teaching of Christian principles. The experiment in Goose Creek Parish in Charleston, SC, started with a school in 1695. Ministers in Virginia and the Middle Colonies carried on educational work, and in New England, Negro children were educated with those of the whites. A very few Negroes began to appear in the professions. There are records of Negro physicians. In literature and science we find one or two isolated figures. Phyllis Wheatley of Boston obtained some notice as a slave poetess, though her poetry was hardly more than rude versification. Benjamin Banneker, a free Negro of Maryland, gained some reputation as mathematician and astronomer, and published an almanac regularly, toward the close of the 18th century. Another tendency in Negro progress was an advance toward freedom. A number of efforts toward liberty were made by the Negroes themselves. Many who were brought over proved turbulent and chafed under the restrictions of slavery. The result was an occasional plot and break for freedom. Some of these were rather formidable, as evidenced by the Cato insurrection in South Carolina in 1740 and the plot in New York City in 1741. The continual importation of Negroes provided a constant influx of unsubdued spirits to keep alive the longing for liberty. Then contemporary conditions helped. It was the Revolutionary era. The doctrines of the Declaration of Independence contained the dogma of equality and liberty. Many like Jefferson pondered on the inconsistency of these doctrines with the institution of human slavery. The war itself provided opportunity for some Negroes to participate effectively, and a number gained their freedom by their participation. Numerous slavehold.